the world ended for TikTok.
For
And then it
about
was
11 hours.
right, right. And then it was resurrected.
Very quickly,
People couldn't use a bunch of apps, not just TikTok. CapCut was down, Marvel Snap was down, which is really, really interesting.
anything that ByteDance owns went down.
Yeah,
And I don't think people realized how far reaching ByteDance was. I
right.
didn't know about Marvel Snap, as you said. I knew CapCut, but I guess we were having this very specific conversation about TikTok.
Yes,
So it never occurred to me that I couldn't use CapCut. I use CapCut all the time.
right.
So I was like, "What y'all mean you can't get into the app?" I also use it like in spurts. I don't. I could go like a month without going into the app, which is
Okay.
I'm kind of in one of those lull periods right now where that's just not the thing that I'm doing. So for me, I wasn't even. It wasn't a thought. I had to see somebody else say, "Hey guys, so CapCut's gone too."
Right,
I was like, "Oh, this is not good because
right.
you know I need to edit some things soon, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that."
Hmm.
Um, so CapCut is still down. Uh,
I thought it was back.
is it back now? They had said they were working on restoring it yesterday, but it still wasn't up. Um, also, anyone who and I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
just
any.
oh wait. Yeah, it says welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support. CapCut is back in the US.
Oh,
You can
good.
continue to
Okay,
create, edit, and discover all of the things you love on CapCut.
perfect. Whoever deleted the apps off of their phone, which I don't understand why in a matter of hours overnight you would have deleted. That just sounds to me that sounds very obsessive compulsive if you ask me. I just couldn't understand the droves of people who were saying that they deleted TikTok and CapCut so that when it came back they weren't able
They
to.
couldn't download it.
Right, because it's not in the app stores right now. So
Hmm.
I was really confused, but that's none of my business because I am not one of those people.
Yeah.
I have over 100,000 unread emails. Okay, so you could see what type of time I'm on. Like I'm not deleting the app the moment they shut it
No.
down. It just didn't occur to me to even do that. So
Yeah, I didn't even think that. I never thought, oh, let me delete these apps.
no,
I just was like, oh, okay, when they figure it out, we'll see what happens. Let me give it a few days.
right. I think some people said, which is completely relatable, especially being a content creator. Some people said that it was a storage issue for them. Their phone was like, "Hey, you don't have enough storage," and they said, "Well, I can't use this app, so I'm just gonna delete it."
I can understand
Um,
that.
but the other, I don't know. I don't think that was everybody's story, and I really don't understand why
Yeah,
it was.
it's weird.
But
But yeah, so they went down earlier than they were supposed to, which that was weird. And then people were saying like it was a stunt, it was all these things. And
find that
so
weird.
okay.
I just sorry to interrupt you. I just didn't find that weird because if it's a Chinese company, this is the way I was thinking about it.
They're ahead of us, right?
They're I believe 8 hours ahead of us.
I think it's more than that.
So
But yeah.
8:30 p.m. shutdown, which is what they had sent to businesses. And that's how it started circulating that it would be 8:30 p.m.
Hmm.
It made sense because in China it was already tomorrow.
Right.
So that was my thought process. I don't know if that's really what it was, but
Hmm.
my thought was it's already January 19th in China. So
Right.
8:30 p.m. on January 18th doesn't it's not that far away from the deadline.
Deadline.
But yeah, people were disappointed. I personally was in the app when it went kerplunk.
Oh no.
So
In the middle of your doom scroll, it just stopped?
okay, so here's what happened. So at about 8:20, at about 8:20, 8:23, I called someone and I was like, oh, and they didn't answer. And I'm like, I really just want someone to like go into it was almost like New Year's Eve. It felt like that. Less than that, it felt like Y2K. It was
Okay.
like, what's about to happen? I don't
Right.
know what's gonna happen. I feel like I shouldn't do this alone. So I picked up the phone and I tried to phone a friend. Didn't get them. But I said, all right, I'm gonna stay on the app and see what happens. Because people had all these theories about what was gonna happen when the app went down. Some people
Yeah.
were like, it's just gonna go black. Some people were like, well, duh, you're still gonna have the app on your phone. It's not like your phone is gonna self-destruct or the app is gonna self-destruct or whatever. In any event, I'm on it. It's after 8:30 and it's still working. And I'm
Mm.
like, oh, okay, we're good. You know, kind of like Y2K. We thought we were all gonna die or everything was gonna shut down. We weren't gonna have electricity, whatever. Um, that wasn't the case. We
Right.
continued to live
You
our
were
lives very
absolutely fine.
normally
Right.
after the clock struck midnight. But you did
And I
start
just
to
want to say
notice,
adults are fucking dumb.
right?
Because we were kids when Y2K happened.
I
So we
know,
can't take all the blame. But it just was, I remember being a kid and looking like, yeah, no, we're going to be fine, right?
right?
Like, y'all are creating more worry than need to be.
Yeah, it was. I
Yeah.
always remember how scared people were, and it was like you had to be inside your house, and like you didn't know what was gonna happen. I kind of
People
feel
had
like
like
people thought the
extra
purge was gonna
food and
happen.
candles and
Yeah,
flashlights and lanterns for nothing.
and it was kind of like, well, in hindsight, I shouldn't say then, but in hindsight, it's kind of like, well, y'all thought technology was just going to like plateau, like
And you got to understand, if you're a young person watching this, the adults thought like their premise was the computers don't know what to do when the numbers hit zero.
yeah,
It was like, well, the computers are not programmed for this. They only go, what happens after 99? They don't know. And we were just like, it'd just say zero. Like, we're just zero. Anyway, so TikTok,
right. Well,
so
I,
TikTok did,
mhm.
oh, finish,
Sorry.
please.
No, I was just gonna say, well, 25 years later, we have this moment, and gradually, I would say between 9 p.m. and about 11:30 p.m. is when the features of the app started to
Window.
glitch, if you will.
Okay.
You were having a hard time refreshing people's lives. Like I was, I was watching a live. At one point, the live, I came out of the live and then attempted to go back into the live. Couldn't. It just kept saying, "No, you can't go back in." And I'm like, What do you mean? It's clear these people are clearly still in this live. Couldn't go back into live. So eventually, it just kind of um, wasn't refreshing. It was almost like the Wi-Fi was down or something.
Right.
And then around 11 ish, I was out of the app, went back into the app, and that's when the alert that everybody shared all over the internet
Right.
was came up. So that's my story. I was not devastated. I was not crying. The amount of people I saw crying on TikTok before the app shut down was insane. But please take us through the important areas of this because
Yeah, so a bill was presented and it needed to be unanimously voted on, but it was not unanimously voted on. The bill was to just kind of extend the life while the government officials could figure out what was going to happen. Was this dangerous? Was this worth keeping around?
right.
All these things. But it was not voted unanimously. It was not. There's stories, but y'all can look it up. So
Right.
then also the Supreme Court was like, nah, sorry, can't help y'all.
Right.
And so,
And we were also on the verge of the transfer of power
right.
between the two presidential administrations. So there was also this looming over
Right.
this TikTok thing, because it was like, whose decision is it?
And what are they gonna do?
And what are they going to do?
And
And the
so,
outgoing president, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no,
You
go
take
for
it
it.
away.
Go. If you got the story, go.
No, I was going to say, and the outgoing president decided that it wasn't for him to decide. Um, Basically, what he could have done was extended 90 days.
Right. And Biden said that he felt extending it 90 days would mess with the transfer of powers because he would be affecting the next person's, Trump's, first 90 days.
Right. And we all know, well, maybe not all of us, but if you know, the first 100 days of a president's presidency
Yeah,
is
they're important.
crucial and really important. So
Mhm.
that is essentially the amount of time that they're given to, I guess, prove themselves, show what their plans are, show what direction they're taking the administration. So this
Right.
would have been a part of that. And I
Right.
honestly understand that. Like,
Yeah, I get it.
you know, it makes sense to me.
I understand it. I understand it. But shockingly to many, Trump came in and immediately was like, oh, yeah, I'll extend it 90 days. No problem.
Yeah.
And so Trump saved TikTok for now.
For now. For now. Yeah, it basically came down to the penalties that the app stores would face.
Right.
Someone needed to basically confirm
That they wouldn't get any penalties.
that there wouldn't be penalties. So, and again, that's why when you deleted your TikTok app,
Right. You couldn't get it back.
you couldn't get it back because the app stores wiped the ByteDance apps from their stores to
Mhm.
avoid these penalties.
Right. They said we don't want any smoke to start
Right.
the new presidency.
And they said, and all, listen, they said we've got someplace to be in less than 24 hours. We will be in DC in the front
Right.
row
Yeah.
to watch the inauguration. We don't have time to play with y'all, so we just gonna take the apps out of the store
Right.
so we can go on about our business and have our good time in DC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll leave that there. So TikTok is good for 90 days and we'll see what happens after that. And, you know, there's a lot unfoiling. Yeah, unfoiling. And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're here to talk about TikTok and we know it's a big deal to us and y'all. And so, although it's not necessarily part of the entertainment industry, it is part of entertainment for our everyday lives.
Yeah.
So we decided to come in here and talk about it. So that's that.
I mean, we use TikTok.
Yeah, that's what I said. For us,
You
for
know?
us and for everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. You know, listen, business owners use it, creators use it, lots of people use it, including us, for different reasons. And so we felt like we would be doing ourselves and y'all a disservice to not discuss it.
Yeah.
So yeah.